Today we're going to be making a tortellini soup. I'm also going to be making a cauliflower casserole and also I revised my Southwestern hot dog. I did that a couple of, about a month ago. I made this hot dog up, but I actually revised it a little bit. I want to see, I couldn't eat the last time because of my dental work, but I want to see this time. And I'm going to do some the old way, and I'm going to do some the new way, so I can see which one I like better. So, with that being said, we're going to get started. So, hello everybody. My name is Kathy. I have the opportunity to cook for y'all. Today we're going to be making a tortellini soup. I'm also going to be making, I made this cauliflower casserole thing. I have some cauliflower that I have to use. And I made a Southwestern hot dog about a month ago on online. But I wanted to tweak it up a little bit. So I'm going to make some the way I made it a month ago. And I'm going to make some new. Because I had dental work, I couldn't eat it. Now, they did say it was really, really good. So I'm interested in trying it. So before we do anything else, I'm going to start with the tortellini soup. Because I have to let that go for a little bit. That has to simmer for just a tad. So in here I have, 2 pounds of Italian sausage, one hot and one regular. I'm also going to use a large onion. I got to get my stove out because unfortunately that pot's high and I'm little. So I'm going to use a large onion. I don't have any large onions, so I'm just going to use 2 small onions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take fry this all up. And then we'll start adding all our other ingredients to it. So let's get this up here on the stove. Every year, the neighbors ask me to make this soup for them, the ones that come down from up north. So I figured I'd make it today because it's, a little bit colder out right now, so I figured I'd make it now. And then when I'm done, Steve will run it around to all the neighbors. We'll container it up and he'll run it around. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. Let's all get ready to enjoy the week. Hopefully everybody has a nice week coming up. So I'm going to get this onion in here. Then I'm going to, I think I'm going to preheat my oven too because I have to put some stuff in the oven. So I think I'm going to preheat my oven also. Just trying to get this onion sliced up real quick here. So I just slice the onion up. So like I said, that has 2 pounds of sausage in, one hot and one regular. You don't have to use hot if you don't want. I just think it gives it a little bit better of a flavoring. And this is tortellini soup. So, okay. Next, we're going to, I need 2 stalks of celery. Let me get these pans out of here because I've got to turn that on. I'm going to put 2 stalks of celery in this. I'm going to turn this on a while though. On medium-high heat, you're going to turn it. So, but I'm going to take 2 stalks of this celery and put it in there. And this don't have to be real fine. That's fine if it's not. I'm going to take, well, these are smaller stocks. I think I might take 3. So, because these are a little bit on the smaller side. And I'm going to put them, chop them up real quick. Like I said, I usually make this every year for my neighbors. So, and as soon as I get this all on to be starting to fry up, I will definitely start the water for the cauliflower. I got frozen cauliflower to use for that cauliflower casserole. I know a lot of people don't like cauliflower. I do like cauliflower. This tortellini gets spinach in it. I could leave some out for me, but since we're giving it to the neighbors, I want to try that hot dog anyways, and I'm going to have some cauliflower casserole. So, but yeah, all you do is you just go and chop this up. It don't have to be real fine. It's going to saute and it's going to simmer in there, so it's all good. But then we're going to let this fry up. Then I'm going to put in my spices and my garlic. And then we'll put some tomato in it and some broth. And this is one of those soups that if you can add as much as you want, as little as you want. It doesn't matter. So I just make a big batch of it. You could knock it down into half, and you wouldn't have to use the hot and the regular sausage, as I said. You could just use regular sausage. So I usually get hot Italian and then a regular and put in there. That's all in there now. That's all the stuff I have to cut up for now. Let me get my doodad. See, I got to stand on this because I'm too short. So, but I put it in this big pan so it doesn't cook out over everything. But this, like I said, this has sausage, onions, and celery in it now. And I'm just trying to get this. I have it on a medium-high heat. And I'm just trying to get this fried up real quick. So we can add all the other stuff to it. I got to be careful I don't fall off this little ladder here. So, trying to get this sausage all chopped up into smaller pieces. I don't like big hunks of sausage in it. I like it real fine. This will get tortellini in it. You could also use ravioli if you wanted to. Sometimes I use a little bit of each. It depends. I'm just using tortellini today. And then we're going to put some basil, oregano, parsley. We're going to put vegetable broth, beef broth, fire roasted tomatoes. You can use regular tomatoes. I mean diced tomatoes if you want. You put some tomato paste in it. And I'll read it all off of what it is. Like I said, I'm just trying to get this to be all mashed up. So I don't like it all big and clumpy. So Let me let that fry up for a little bit here. I need to get a new chopper thingy jiggy. I got this one from Pampered Chef a long, long time ago. It's been a long time. So, then you need some garlic. You need 3 cloves of garlic. I don't have any cloves, so I'm just going to use this. So I'll just put about 3 tablespoons in there. Still not quite done frying up. I leave it in this plastic bag because I don't like the smell of the garlic in my refrigerator. There you go. Let me see if I can get this mixed up a little bit more. So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in this. And you're not going to drain this. You're going to leave this in here. So because it's sausage, it really doesn't have much fat on it anyways. And that Italian sausage brings off that, the broth brings off all that stuff. So I just have a couple of pounds in here, so I'm going to turn it up a little bit higher. I'm going to take this spoon now to get that off. So I think we're about all mashed up here. I just got to wait for it to fry up. But I got to keeping my eye on it. So I'll read what all's in here while that's frying up. So in the tortellini soup, it's going to be 2 pounds of sausage, 1 regular, 1 hot Italian, entirely up to you. Large onion, 2 stalks of celery, 3 cloves of garlic. I'm going to use a teaspoon of dried basil, approximately, a teaspoon of dried oregano, a teaspoon of parsley. I'm only going to use a half a teaspoon of dried thyme because that's really strong. I'm going to put 2 pinches of pepper flakes in it, red pepper flakes. I'm going to put 2 bay leaves. It gets 3 cups of beef broth, 6 cups of vegetable broth. And then I'm going to put 2 14.5 cans of fire roasted tomatoes. I'm going to use I'm using 3 family-sized bags of fresh tortellini. I tried the frozen one time. I didn't like it as much, so it's better to go with the fresh if you can. I'm going to use 2 bags of spinach in it, and then at the end I'm going to put the spinach and some bag of Parmesan cheese and some Parmesan Romano cheese, and it's the dried stuff. So that's what we're doing here for this. And this is just about, let me turn my light on real quick. This is just about done up. This sausage, and it's all mixed up. So let me see if I can get it mixed up just a little bit more. A couple big pieces in there yet. That's why I try to go from the beginning. That was just my timer on my oven. So this looks good now. So now I'm going to start adding everything else in it so I can let this simmer a little bit. Alrighty. So we're going to that, we're going to add I got to get my little bag with my measuring spoons in it. I try to keep them all together. To that, we're going to add, I'm going to put some Italian seasoning in mine too. You can't go wrong on this seasonings. You can use as much or as little as you want. I usually just throw it in there, but since I'm doing this, I'll do it this way. I'm going to put that much. That was the Italian seasoning and the basil. Here's the oregano. This is new, so I gotta cut it open. There's that. Now for the, where's my, where did it get to? Oh, right here. For the thyme, like I said, don't put a whole bunch in it. I'm just going to get one of these. This is a teaspoon I have. I'm just going to take a little bit. I have it in this bag because it was in a bag. About a half a teaspoon of thyme. And then I don't have the real big bay leaves here anymore. I got to get more bay leaves. So I'm going to put a bunch of small ones in. Don't put the pieces in though because they're hard to get out. I'm just going to put some of these small ones in there. I just need to make sure that they're big enough that I can see them. So let me throw that out. Okay, there was the bay leaves. Now we're going to go in with I'm going to put one of the broths in there, a beef broth. Like I said, this is a 32 ounce. You can put as much or as little of this in as you want. I have to make a big batch today. So, oh, I got to put some parsley in there. I'm just going to eyeball it. That's good. Alrighty. Then I'm going to put some fire roasted tomatoes in here. As so, these are diced. It calls for 1 small can of tomato paste. But because I'm making more today, I'm going to use 2 small cans. And I'm also going to put a diced tomato in it. Because, like I said, I'm making extra today. So, I'm going to do it that way. So, here's this. Hey, Connie. I'm new to this, so you got to give me a chance here. I mean, I know that you get comments on here, but like I said, I'm new to this. My friend told me to put it on here because the people that were going to my other site that they made for me, all I do is I take it upside down, the tomato paste can, so I can get it to come out easier. That's what I'm doing here. I just don't. I'll show you in a minute. So what I do then is I just pop it right through. And it pops right out and all the tomato paste comes out with it. The only thing is you got to be careful because you have that lid in there. So you got to be really careful with the lid. That's all. And there went the lid. And see, I can see the lid from here, so. Just makes it so much easier to get the tomato paste out of there. Okay, there's that one. And here's the other one. Let me get my wash towel. I don't like my hands get all dirty. Okay. Let's get this one in there. Anybody just started watching again, I said I'm making a tortellini soup. The neighbors that come down from up north always ask me to make it every year. So I figured today was a good day to make it with the coldness out there. So that's what I'm doing today. And then we'll run it around to them when we're done. So see how easy that is? And then all I do is I know where the lid's at, and I just grab the lid. Alrighty. So now I have all the tomatoes, paste, the tomato sauce. Let me grab a whisk so that way I can whisk that tomato paste. Sorry, I got to climb back up here again. I like being short, but when you go to use a big pot on the stove, it just doesn't work too well. So, alrighty. And then I'm going to put these crushed tomatoes in here. That I used one beef broth already. I'm going to put a vegetable broth in. Like I said, I have to make a big batch, so you can knock this back. This is for a big batch. The recipe that will be going online is for a big batch because whenever I make it, I make a big batch of it. So you can knock it back to meet whatever needs you have. Because I'm sure you don't want to make this much unless you're going somewhere. I'm going to put a little bit of dried beef broth in there too, just to give it that little bit of taste. A little bit of extra flavor in there. I'm going to put another vegetable in there. I got to get this to come to a boil. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn it down. And all that's in here is the broth, you know, the tomatoes and stuff. We will turn this down and let this simmer for about a half an hour. But like I said, because it's so much, it takes a little bit to get it to come to a boil. So, and I have one vegetable broth in the refrigerator that I opened up the other day. Just a little bit in there. I'm going to pour that in here too, just to use it up. Alrighty. So like I said, on there we have, so far in here, we have the 2 pounds of sausage. I have onion, celery diced up. I have garlic. I have the fire roasted tomatoes. I have the tomato paste. I have the bay leaves. I have the thyme. I have the Italian seasoning, the oregano, and the basil. That's all in there right now. So as soon as this comes to a boil, we will definitely turn it down. I'm going to put water on for my cauliflower because I'm going to make a cauliflower casserole also. Like I said, I'm not going to eat any of this tortellini tonight. So I love cauliflower. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do like it. So I'm going to boil this cauliflower for just a little bit here because we are going to be putting this in the oven also. So that's my cauliflower. Alrighty. So, hey Keith, thanks for joining. Yeah, like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm a little nervous, so you'll have to bear with me, but this is like maybe my 6th time that I've done this. So today we're going to make a tortellini soup. I'm making a cauliflower casserole, and I'm making this Southwestern hot dogs. I made it up, so, but when I made it the last time, I couldn't eat it because I was having dental work, but everybody loved it that ate it, so I want to try it, but I'm going to tweak it up a little bit too. This coming week, I will be making tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow because I still work part-time even though I'm retired, so I'm partially retired. So I won't be here Wednesday, but I'll be here tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm going to be making salmon cakes and a baked macaroni and cheese, which the baked macaroni and cheese is actually my ex-mother-in-law's. recipe, which I found one day. She gave me a bunch of recipes. So, Keith, I'll be making your mom's macaroni and cheese tomorrow. I'll bake macaroni and cheese. I made it on Thanksgiving, and it was so good. Everybody loved it. So, I found some of her recipes, so I'm going to be using some of them too. In the next coming up weeks, I will be making a homemade lasagna, so everybody can see how that's made. I know a lot of people have had my lasagna, so we will be making that probably in another week. I'll do that on a Monday because that's time consuming, and I'd like to do it a day that I can still have another day off. So, but tomorrow we will be doing old-fashioned salmon cakes and a macaroni and cheese. As soon as this comes to a boil, I'll turn it down. So then, as I had said, I'm also going to be doing a hot dog. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a Southwestern, I call it a Southwestern hot dog, I don't know what you want to call it. So what I do is I take a hot dog, I'm going to put it in the oven, and after they, about 5 minutes, I'm going to leave them in there. And then when I bring them out, I'm going to mix in a bowl together some salsa, some mayo, some chili powder, some shredded cheese, and I shred my own cheese, so I have it in a bag in there. I made that before with some nachos, crushed up nachos. I made it before, and like I said, everybody loved it. I couldn't eat it, so I'm going to try it that way. Plus, then I'm going to tweak it up a little bit, and I'm going to try to put a little bit of cream cheese on the hot dog with some mustard before I put that topping on it. And then when I bring it out, I'm going to put some hot honey on it. I just want to see what it's like. You'd be surprised how much I just do whatever, you know. My stepdaughter, her one son, my one grandson, says, "Nanny, you're always just making stuff up," which is true. So this is really taking a while to boil because I have. So I'm trying to work on the other stuff at the same time because I don't want to keep you bored. I might have to go off and come back on. But you know what? I'm going to start these hot dogs a while. I can get them started also. I'm going to put them in this baking dish, but I'm not going to stick them in there yet. I'm going to put them in here. So what I'm going to do is, no, I'm not going to put them in there. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them on my air fryer basket. So you can air fry these also. These can be air fried. Actually, I bake them. I bake the hot dog for 5 minutes. When I pull the hot dog out, I slice them down the middle. And then what I'll do is I'll have this concoction, I guess you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. But this cheese mixture, I guess that's a better way to put it. I'll have that, and I will have it all mixed up, and we will be putting that on it. And then from there, we will put it back in the oven for 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to stick that in here a while and get that started while I'm waiting for this to come to a boil. So I got to leave that in about 5 minutes, and then we'll bring that out. And like I said, I'm going to put some cream cheese on a couple of them. I don't know how many. We'll wait and see how it goes. Hey, Chris, thanks for watching. So anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Kathy. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania. I was married to my first husband, Ron. We did have 2 children together, Ronnie and Laura. My son Ronnie passed away of brain cancer, GBM, years ago. Took a really lot out of me, but thank God that He gave me the strength to get through this and to, learn to occupy my mind with something else. So that's why I always did cook. I had to cook when I was younger, but that's why I kept went into cooking more, because it occupies my brain and it helps me to stay focused. So my daughter lives in Florida with me. I did get remarried to Steve. He's my husband now. And we live in Florida now. We moved to Florida back, I don't know, almost 30 years ago. So that's where we're at now in Florida. And this is starting to cook. I can hear it. So I like onion, so I always put onion on my hot dog. So, but I can hear this starting to cook. So I just want to simmer this for a little bit before I'm going to put the lid on it and I'm going to turn it down to simmer it for maybe 20, 25 minutes. I mean, I sometimes do it for half an hour, but that's okay. And I'm going to make my cauliflower. I need that lid. So, let me get that. Alrighty. I have the hot dogs in. I'm kind of like a waiting game now. Let me go over these again for you. So the tortellini soup, and we will post these recipes. I put them online, and one of my friends, he does all this. So he'll convert it into I put it online where he can read it, and he'll take this and convert it over to my page. But it's 2 pounds of sausage. I use 1 hot and 1 regular. It's 1 large onion. It's 2 stalks of celery, 3 cloves of garlic, a teaspoon of dried basil, a teaspoon of dried oregano, a teaspoon of parsley, a half a teaspoon of dried thyme, 2 pinches of red pepper flakes, 2 bay leaves. I put 3 cups of beef broth, 6 cups of vegetable broth, a small can of tomato paste, but I put 2 because I put more stuff in there than that because I'm making it for the neighbors. 2 14.5 cans of fire roasted tomatoes. I also added a thing of crushed tomatoes, 3 family size bags of fresh tortellini. You can use frozen, but I tried it. I didn't like it. And then at the end, I'm going to put some spinach in it and some Parmesan cheese and some of the dried Parmesan Romano cheese in it. But that goes in at the very end when the whole thing's off. So I don't think I need quite that much water in here because this is taking a while to boil. Then I'm going to do a cauliflower casserole, which is, I got 3 bags of cauliflower I'm going to use. I shredded up a whole pound of cheese. I'm going to put 80 ounces of cream cheese in it, a little bit of sour cream, and some bacon bits. So it's going to be almost like a potato, a loaded potato, but I'm going to use cauliflower because, I'm trying to stay away from the potatoes if I can. And then, like I said, the Southwestern hot dog is going to be, it's going to have nacho cheese crushed up, nacho chips crushed up with some mayo, chili powder, salsa, and shredded cheese in it. Then I'm going to put that on top of it and put it back into the oven. And then I'm going to, when I bring it out, I'm going to drizzle a little bit of hot honey on it. And on some of them, I'm going to put some mustard and a little bit of cream cheese. I'm going to spread it on. I just want to see what it comes out like. So, like I said, that's all made up. So, these hot dogs do not have to stay in long. I just want them in there long enough so that they get done, because I don't leave it in very long. So, I'm going to put this cauliflower in. And I'm only going to leave this in for just until it's about fork tender. I'm only going to leave them in a couple minutes because I'm going to be putting it in the oven. So I don't want to leave them in very long. So I got 3 bags of cauliflower here. And put a lid on that. Let me mix that up a little bit. Like I said, we just want to get that fork tender. Just enough to, what do I do with my lid? I know I got the lid out. Okay, what am I doing? Losing my mind, I think. I got a lid somewhere. So, what did I do with that lid? Did I pull it out? I did pull it out. I must be losing my mind. Yeah, I don't see my lid at all. I don't know. I'll get another lid. I ain't going to stand here and look for it. I'll find it. This is a little bit bigger for this pot, but it'll work. I have a lid that goes to that pot. Okay. I'm going to get my hot dogs out. I got to put something down here because I can't put it right on my countertop. I'm going to use one of my... I'll use this over here. Alrighty. I'm just using my air fryer basket. It doesn't matter. All right, then I'm going to take and I'm going to slice these open. Like so. I didn't want to slice them open from the beginning because a lot of times when you get them in the heat, they have a habit of wrinkling, you know, the edges get turned up. So I'm going to put them back in that oven for a minute until I get the mixture mixed up. I'm going to do that next. I'll mix up the mixture. So there is that. Let me put that back in the oven. Like I said, my air fryer's in my oven, but I'm not using the air fryer right now. I'm just using the oven. I'm just using this basket. It just makes it easier. So now I'm going to get out a pole. And what I'm going to do, and I know people are going to think this is probably, they're going to say, ew. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bowl out. I'm going to put in the bowl, I'm going to put some nacho chips. I'm figuring, I don't know, a cup to a half, a cup to a cup and a half, somewhere around there. Not no biggie. I just want to make sure that, and all you do is you just ground them up. Like I said, this was totally made up. I made it up when the guy was helping me record my sessions. So it's just ground them up. I just get in the mirror with my hands and no biggie. Everybody had these. A lot of people had these when I made them the last time. They said they were good. So, like I said, I couldn't eat them then because I had dental surgery, but we shall see. So, okay, there you go. That's enough of that. So there's that. I'm going to get out the salsa, the cheese, salsa, cheese. I'm going to use chili powder. Like I said, this is all made up. So there's my chili powder. In this, I'm going to put just a little bit of This is hot pepper flakes. I don't put a lot in there. I just put a little bit in there. So, okay, so I'm going to use a half a cup of salsa. There we go. Let's put a half a cup of salsa in. Oh, and I'm going to put some mayonnaise in it. I know it sounds weird. You know what? I'm going to put all that salsa in because there's not much left in there. Ain't no use putting that back in the fridge. Got the salsa in there. I need about 2 tablespoons, 2 to 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise and a tablespoon of Miracle Whip in mine. You can do it however you want. Let me put these back in the refrigerator. I don't like to leave these out. I'm going to put some chili powder in there. About a teaspoon. I'll just use one of these. About a teaspoon of chili powder. And then I'm going to put my cheese in there. Let me give this a mix real quick. And then I'll put the rest in. And then I'll put the cheese in it. That's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it, but like I said, last time I made it, everybody said it was good. You're gonna do it like this. Put a little bit more cheese in it. Okay. And then I'm going to put this on top of the hot dogs. Get out of the way. So I'm going to flip these hot dogs back around. Let me get a fork. I don't want to do it myself. One of my burners, the one I'm using for the cauliflower, is a lower burner because I'm using a big burner for the soup. So here we go. I decided to make these because I knew that soup had to stay in there for a little bit and simmer, so I figured I'd do something else while I was waiting. I'm going to take a little bit of mustard on some of them. I'm not going to put it on all of them because, like I said, I didn't put this on the last time. I'm going to put a little bit of cream cheese on some of them and a little bit of mustard on some of them. And some of them I'm going to make them like I did the last time when everybody said they were so good. So I'm just going to use cream cheese on these. And then on the other ones, I'm just going to put them with just the mixture on them. I'm not putting a lot of cream cheese on them, just a little bit. I just want to see what it's going to be like. And I'm going to take a squirt of mustard on here. Just on these ones. I hope these are good. Everybody liked them the last time. Like I said, I don't know, but I can't wait to try them. Then all you do is you lay this on top of it. This mixture. It just goes on top. As so. I'm trying to recreate it from the last time we did it. When he was here, and I said I want to do something wild and crazy. So we did this. Not knowing it was going to be a hit. So And then I'm going to put it back in the oven for about 5 minutes. Like I said, for anybody who's just joining, this is salsa, cheese, some chili powder, some mayo is in this. And then I'm going to put it back in the oven so this all melts up. There goes my, let me wash my hand off because I got stuff on my hand. There goes the cauliflower. I can hear it. Okay. Put that back in the oven for about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to turn on the broiler just for a minute or so it crisps up a little bit. Alrighty, so that one's done. Now, to this soup, I am going to add my tortellini. Give me 1 second. I gotta get my other refrigerator. What's catching? Did I only get 2 bags of these? Do you remember?
What's that?
I thought I got 3 bags of these.
I thought, yes, you did.
I don't know where the 3rd bag is.
Oh, I don't know, maybe you only got 2 because you made the big bags.
So I'm going to put this tortellini in there. And then I'm going to leave this on for a few minutes so that way the tortellini, like I said, they're fresh, so it doesn't take the tortellini long to get done. I get them in the deli section. But it doesn't take them long to get done at all. Let me take a fork and see about this cauliflower. Put that lid back on just so they get done. I'll give them about 5-10 minutes. Okay, my cauliflower is fork tender, so I am going to take it and get the water out of it. All right, there's my lid. I found my lid. How silly. Okay. I'm going to rinse these, not rinse them, but I'm going to drain them. This is the cauliflower. Oh, there's my spoon. So the cauliflower is now drained. And what I'm going to add to that is I'm going to take my bowl and I'm going to put some cream cheese in it. I have it all written down because I get doing too many things, I get mixed up. I have some cream cheese in there, 8 ounces. I'm going to take a little bit of sour cream. And put in with it. I'm going to take some cheese and put in with it. I'm going to save some of this cheese for the top. And then I have, this cream cheese is softened, by the way. Then I have some bacon bits I'm going to put in there. Or real bacon pieces or whatever you want to call it. Going to put that in there. I am going to mix this up and I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put it in this casserole dish and I'm going to stick it in the oven. Put these in there with it. Like I said, this is just, it's like a loaded potato, but I'm using cauliflower instead. Because I'm trying to stay away from all them potatoes. I love potatoes, but I eat too many of them. So I figured I'll do it this way. And if the cauliflower gets mashed up, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think, at least. So, alrighty, so now I have my pan here for that. And I'm going to spray it a little bit so it doesn't stick. Oh yeah, them hot dogs do smell good. I'm going to put this in here as such. Right in there. I'm going to put some cheese on top of it. And this looks good. Like I said, I like cauliflower. I know a lot of people don't. But I do. It's one of my favorites. Alright, just like that. And then I'm going to put this in the oven. Alrighty. Now, the tortellini is done. So, I don't have a lot of counter space. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but I don't. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to put in my, I got Parmesan cheese. I didn't grate that. That I just got grated. And I have spinach here that goes in there. I think that's one reason why I'm not big on it, because I'm not big on spinach. But everybody else likes it, so. But turn your stove off when you put all this in. I know that looks like a lot of spinach, but it will wilt up there. It does wilt up. So. I'm going to put a little bit of grated Romano Parmesan in there. As much as you want. It's not no biggie to it. And then I'm going to put in this Parmesan cheese. And there you go. I'll get some out for y'all so you can see it. So let me get this in here. Like I said, spinach and stuff goes in at the end. So, and believe it or not, that spinach wilted up. That's why I got a second bag. I know I wouldn't use it all, but I'll use some of it. That should be enough. All right. Let me get out my hot dogs. Like I said, I have to keep that on my counter because I can't have the counter, this hot thing against my counter. So that's why it's sitting there. And here is the hot dogs. I don't know if you can all see them. I'll put one on a roll so I can show it to you. I'll pull this up to the top now. Alrighty. Let me get a bowl out and put some of this in for y'all. This is a tortellini soup. So, and if you don't like spinach, you don't have to put it in. I do not like spinach, but the neighbors all seem to like it, so I put it in there. Alrighty. Wipe this off. All right, so I don't know if you can all see that, but there's the tortellini soup. Let me get a spoon and I'll show it to you. I'll take a bite of it. I mean, I don't hate it. I just don't like the spinach too much, but that's okay. Here's the tortellini soup. It's hot. So, that's hot. And then here's my hot dogs. So I'm going to take a hot dog roll. This is what I'm excited to try. I'm going to try the side with the cream cheese on it. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to put a hot dog on here. You know what, I'm going to have to use a spatula. Here is the Southwestern hot dog. That roll fell apart right there. That is good. That is really good. I like that. It's like a little bit of heat to it. You know what? I tried a bite like that. Let me put a little bit of hot honey on it. Just to see what it tastes like. Just a dab. Let me try it with a little bit of hot honey on it. That's even better. Believe it or not, with that hot honey on it, it's really good. Well, Steve, come here once. Oh, all right. Let me try this.
Give me a couple minutes.
That's good too. They're both really, really good. Is this hot? Let me move this out the way so I can get out my other thing yet. Here's what I want. And then there's your casserole with your here is the cauliflower casserole. This is what I want. Instead of a potato. So, let me try this. Oh, that's really good. All right. So, like I said, I made the tortellini soup, which is there. Then I made the Southwest, I call it Southwestern hot dog. And then I made the cauliflower, loaded cauliflower. These recipes will be posted. The guy that helps me out is working right now, so it won't be done right now, but this will all be posted on my page so you can all see it. And I hope everybody has a blessed day.
Kick off your shoes, come on inside. Kathy's cooking with a smile so wide. Every little dish is made with love, blessed from the heart.